Welcome to this new video of the Gelato.expert Academy. I'm Luca Musolesi and I'm the founder of Gelato.expert. To learn more about gelato and ice cream, check out the link in the description. Today, I'm in New York and I want to talk a bit about American ice cream and the real differences with Italian gelato. Yes, because you might have heard a lot about how Italian gelato is better than American ice cream. But is it true? Are they really so different? Italian gelato is not really regulated, so the reality is that even inside Italy there are many different ways of formulating Italian gelato. For example, we always hear about Italian gelato having a low fat content, like even 5–6% of fat. And that might be true in some regions of Italy, but in others the normal fat content of dairy gelato is above 10–12%. Then, in some places, the use of eggs is normal in most flavors, while in other places, no eggs at all are even used. So the point is that it's very hard to define what Italian gelato really is, because luckily, Italian food is very diverse, and so is gelato. If you want to know more about the formulation parameters for Italian gelato, check out the free course linked up here. Now, let's talk about American ice cream, because unlike in Italy, ice cream is in fact regulated by the US Department of Agriculture. So what ice cream is can be defined very easily by reading the defined standards. Without going too much in detail, there are a few important points that define what can be called ice cream, and they are the following. It must have at least 36% of solids, it must have a maximum of 100% of overrun, it must contain at least 20% of milk solids, and specifically it must contain at least 10% of milk fat, and it must have at least 6% of milk solids non-fat, and not more of 2.5% of whey solids. So this is already a very clear definition of American ice cream, and the main point is that it must have a sensible amount of fat coming from dairy, and in general a high content of milk solids. On the overrun side, a maximum of 100% is set, but there is no minimum, which means that also a dense product with 20% overrun can be called ice cream. I don't know if you see where I'm going, but at this point it's pretty clear that the definition of American ice cream can fit also some types of Italian gelato. Definitely not all, since the required milk solids content is quite high, but also not too far from some styles of Italian gelato. Then, regarding overrun, artisanal Italian gelato doesn't have, on average, more than 40% of overrun. But it's also true that there are American premium ice cream brands going as low as 30% of overrun. Now, all of this is on paper, and of course the actual products on the market can be different from the standard sets for ice cream, because it's enough not to write ice cream to go out of these rules. For example, the word frozen dessert or frozen dairy desserts can be used, and it opens many other possibilities in terms of formulation. Now let's have a look at some actual products available in the US and see what's inside in terms of ingredients and of fat content. To have a simple overview and be able to compare the different products, let's check the vanilla flavor of some popular brands. Let's start with Ben & Jerry's vanilla. The ingredient list has cream, skim milk, liquid sugar, made by sugar and water, egg yolks, sugar, guar gum, vanilla extract, vanilla beans, and carrageenan. If we check the nutritional values, the fat content is around 14–15%, and a total solid content around 37%. Let's then have a look at Breyer's vanilla ice cream. On the ingredients list we have milk, cream, sugar, tarragon, and natural flavor. The fat content is just above 10% and the solid content just above 35%. So here we are really at the minimum values to be called ice cream. Let's now take Häagen-Dazs, that puts itself as a very premium brand. On the ingredient list we have cream, skim milk, cane sugar, egg yolks, vanilla extract, nothing else. The fat content is just above 16% and the total solid around 41%. This is definitely a richer ice cream, and also the overrun is pretty low, giving a very dense and premium feeling to the product. Let's now have a look at a brand coming from an originally artisanal production, Van Leeuwen, that started in Brooklyn and then expanded until becoming also available in supermarkets. On the ingredients list, we have milk, cream, cane sugar, egg yolks, vanilla extract, salt and vanilla bean. The fat content is around 15% and the total solid content around 38–39%. Let's now have a look at the organic vanilla ice cream made with the Whole Foods Market's custom brand. It's called 365. The ingredients are milk, cream, cane sugar, non-fat dry milk, vanilla extract, locust bean gum, guar gum and vanilla bean. The fat content is a bit above 11% and the total solid content just above 36%. Finally, let's have a look at a popular American brand making what they call gelato. The brand is Talenti. On the ingredient list we have milk, sugar, cream, dextrose, vanilla extract, locust bean gum, natural flavor and lemon peel. The fat content is just above 9% and the total solids almost 38%. So in this case we don't reach the fat content for it to be called ice cream, but we are also not so far from the other products. The minimum would be 10% and here we are at 9%. If you watch the free introduction course on gelato formulation, at this point you will have noticed something. All these American brands have only one type of sugar, sucrose, and almost never skim milk powder inside. Also in terms of stabilizers they are quite different and these products are definitely the result of the modern approach to American ice cream, but it's clear that the complexity of Italian gelato formulation is much higher, while these American ice cream products, they are pretty simple with only one type of sugar, almost never skim milk powder, generally a high content of fat and very few ingredients. And this is also because all these products are sold in supermarkets, so the customers, the clients, are more careful of what is inside and they have more requirements regarding the labeling of the product. But now, how all of this translates into the actual eating experience? If you haven't done it yet, subscribe and stay tuned for the next videos where I will taste some American ice cream, then some vegan ice cream, and finally we will go back to Italy and try Italian industrial gelato from the supermarket to make a final comparison. If you want to learn more about gelato and ice cream, check out the Gelato Expert Academy, link in the description, and see you in the next video.